Hey, Earl here. Every spring, I watch people do the same strange dance. They get an envelope from the IRS, pull out a check for $2 or $3 grand, and they light up like they just won a raffle. They post it online. They text their cousin. They start planning what to spend it on. A new TV, a trip to the beach, maybe finally catching up on a bill that's been staring them down since November. I used to be right there with them. My refund was the one time all year I felt like the government loved me. It was like Uncle Sam looked at my tax return, saw how hard I was working, and cut me a bonus for the effort. Turns out that bonus was my own money the whole time. The IRS was just giving it back after sitting on it for 12 months without paying me a dime of interest. If that sounds like a scam, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly what that refund really costs you. I'm also going to show you the fix. And the fix takes about 15 minutes and could be worth close to 300 grand by the time you retire. First, let's get the numbers honest. The average tax refund in this country runs right around $3,000. That ain't a gift, that's the exact amount you overpaid in taxes last year. Every paycheck, your employer pulled a little too much out and shipped it straight to the government. The government held that money, used it however they wanted, and then mailed you a portion of it back in April. Break it down to the monthly version. $3,000 divided by 12 is $250. Every single month, you were handing the IRS $250 that didn't belong there. You weren't paying taxes with it. You were loaning it, and that loan was interest-free for a whole year. The kicker is, you didn't even know you were doing it. There's a guy I know named Wade. He's a line cook at a diner off the interstate, and he's been on that flat top for 18 years. Wade pulls $38,000 a year standing in front of a fryer. Every February, he gets a refund of right around $3 grand. He uses it to catch up on the credit card he ran up over Christmas. That card's sitting at 24% interest. So, every year, Wade loans the government his money for free, then pays a credit card company a fortune to borrow back money that was his to begin with. Wade ain't dumb. Nobody ever drew him the picture. Let me draw it for you. Imagine that $250 a month, instead of going to the IRS to sit there, doing nothing, goes straight into a Roth IRA and a basic index fund. We covered the basics of that back in the 4% rule video. At the market's long-run return of about 7% after inflation, $250 a month for 30 years turns into somewhere around $280,000. Stretch it to 40 years and you're looking at close to 600 grand. That's $600,000 in retirement money. And all of it comes from cash you were already earning and already handing to the government every 2 weeks anyway. That ain't a side hustle. That ain't cutting coupons or picking up a second job. That's just plugging a leak you didn't know was dripping. If you're still with me, hit that like button. It helps the YouTube gods find more folks who need this. It costs you nothing, and it takes less effort than opening a ketchup packet. Now, here comes the question everybody asks. Earl, I love my refund. It's the only way I ever save any money. If that $250 hit my paycheck, I'd blow it on pizza and scratch-offs. I hear you. I blew a lot of money on scratch-offs myself back in the day. So, let's talk about the fix, because the fix ain't trust yourself to save. It is way smarter than that. The first step is called the W-4. That's the form you filled out on day one at your job, probably hungover, definitely not reading it. The W-4 tells your employer how much tax to pull from every check. You can change it anytime you want. There's a free tool on the IRS website called the Tax Withholding Estimator. You plug in your numbers and it tells you the exact setting that makes your refund come out close to zero. The whole thing takes 15 minutes, maybe 20 if you got to hunt down last year's return. The second step is the part most folks skip, and this one is the whole ball game. Before that extra $250 ever shows up in your checking account, you set up an automatic transfer from checking into a Roth IRA on payday. The same day your paycheck lands, the money leaves. You never see it, you never touch it, you never miss it. That's the same trick the government was running on you all along. You're just running it on yourself now, except this time the money actually works for you. That's the whole fix. You swap a shiny April check for a quiet monthly deposit that compounds for decades. It's boring as toast. It works every time. Now, look, I know a refund feels good. I know that envelope in the mailbox feels like something nice finally showed up. But karma don't run on surprise checks. Karma runs on math. And the math says every refund you've ever gotten excited about was just you clapping for your own money after it spent the year working for somebody else. The gap between Wade, who gets his refund and blows it on the credit card, and the version of Wade who adjusts his W-4 and drops $250 a month into a Roth is roughly a quarter of his freedom number. That means years off his retirement timeline. That means the difference between quitting at 62 and quitting at 57. All that happens from one form, on one quiet evening, done one time. Ain't no sense feeling bad about whatever you did before. I spent years letting the IRS babysit my money for free. The fix ain't looking backward. The fix is this year's paycheck. If this one clicked for you, do two things. Pull up the IRS tax withholding estimator this week, not someday. Then type refund in the comments below, along with what you think your monthly loan to the government has been. $200, $300, whatever it is. Make it real. When you see somebody else's number down there, give them a thumbs up. We're all plugging the same leak. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Real math for real people. No hype, no crypto. No, just make six figures nonsense. I'll see you in the next one.